Well, today I'm out here exploring a new road. I've never actually been out here before, and I'm kind of curious what I can find out here. There's lots of granite and a few pegmatites I've seen already, but nothing too interesting in them yet. I could hear a creek coming up pretty quickly here. We'll check that out and see what we can find. And yeah, hopefully we'll find some nice stuff today. Well, you can see there's lots of foam in this creek. Kind of interesting, and there's lots of, it looks like pegmatite in these two boulders right here, so that'll be interesting to check out. And looks like a car got dumped here back in the day. It's nice, but yeah, it's just all granite back here, so there is a chance of there being crystals or something. Well, by the looks of it, it's just a K-spar, quartz, and biotite pegmatite. There's there actually might be a couple different feldspars in there. There's a lighter white feldspar and a more pink feldspar. The pink is a K-spar, but the white stuff I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Doesn't look very pockety, so I don't know if I'll be finding any crystals in this stuff, but still pretty cool. A nice big thick one here, that boulder. A little bit more here. So there is lots of pegmatite going through here. Just not looking too pockety yet. This stuff looks kind of brecciated, all broken up and faulted. That's a good thing you'll want to look for when you're looking for crystals, is really broken up granite. That's kind of interesting there. It's like quartz kind of filled in that crack there. But yeah, just little pegmatite stringers all through here. Almost looks like it should have been a pocket, but it doesn't look crystallized enough around there for it to have been one. It must have been just soft granite. But yeah, it's that up there. Some more of that foam. Yeah, there's a big pegmatite going up the wall there too. Lots of stuff to look at. Something else I'm seeing is there's a few wild edible mushrooms up here. These are hedgehogs. You can see they have like little teeth on the bottom of them. And that's why they're a hedgehog, and there's some winter chanterelles up there. See if you can see those. Yeah, so maybe there's like a good mushroom picking spot up here somewhere. We'll just keep on hiking up this creek and see if I could see anything interesting, and if not, I might just continue on up that road. Well, I just come across a couple pieces of pegmatite here. There's a little bit of hematite mixed in, along with quartz and K-spar, potassium feldspar. But yeah, not too terribly interesting. There's no pockets or very large crystals in it. It's just kind of marbled looking, like it's kind of just been molded together. I really want to find a pocket of crystals in this granite. I've never really seen any, but it doesn't mean that they're not here, because like in a whole pluton of granite, there could be like 1 mile where it has mereolytic cavities or the right, just the right heat and temperatures and conditions to create crystal pockets. So they're really picky on where they grow, and where they do grow, there's usually a few more around. But there's definitely lots of pegmatite around here. Something I like about hunting these creeks and stuff in this granite is lots of the stuff that's left over in the creek is mostly just quartz and feldspar from the pegmatites. Like, it's pretty much entirely pegmatite material. So if there was any crystals in this pegmatite, they'd likely be in the creek somewhere. So maybe it'd be interesting to just spend a day sifting material out of these creeks and see if I could uncover anything kind of interesting. Because the crystals, they'll be a little bit tumbled, but you'll get a better chance of looking through here than really anywhere else, I would think, because there's so much material that come down from the mountain around here. Something interesting about the water around here is it gets really brown like this. And it's not because it's dirty or anything, it's mostly just tannins from the cedar trees and that kind of stuff all decomposing. And it just turns it this brown color. Even the water that we drink out of our taps in town is obviously lighter than this, but like if you put it in a glass up to something white, you could definitely see the brown color. It's not really a bad thing, it's just interesting. But yeah, there's kind of a flat up here. It's kind of interesting, I don't know why it's so flat. Looks like a couple trees have been cut down. There's a cool mushroom here. I think this is like some type of a hygrocybe, I think they call it. It's like they're like the parrots of the mushroom world. They're just so colorful and bright. And they go from like green, yellow, and red. Well, this boulder has a fair-sized pegmatite in it. You can see it's about a foot thick. And yeah, it's not very crystallized. Like there's no big chunks of feldspar or anything. It's just all kind of marbled together. What you want to look for when you're crystal hunting is where there's some pretty large crystallization, or where there's graphic granite. Which graphic granite, I think you've seen in my other video, where I was hiking up a mountain and exploring a slide, and it kind of has like a geometrical pattern, and that's little quartz crystals growing into the granite. But this is just regular quartz and feldspar just all melded together. And there's a bit of gray feldspar up here too, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, not too crazy much. Still pretty interesting though. Well, this section of pegmatite here is catching my curiosity a lot more. There's some pretty large chunks of quartz in there. You can see the size of those. They're not crystals, but large chunks of the quartz or feldspars is definitely a good sign. And it looks like the pegmatite, it kind of goes right through the middle of this rock down here. Kind of sucks that it's in the creek, but it's definitely a good sign for the pegmatites in this area. And there's some larger feldspars and stuff in here too. They're not like that big, but definitely a good sign. I think I'm gonna try and break this piece off and see what's underneath that, because it just feels like there's a bit of a crystal face underneath there, but couldn't really tell you. But yeah, definitely some interesting stuff going on here. Well, I can see here, there's some, yeah, really big chunks of feldspar and quartz. It's almost graphic granite, but not quite. It's definitely close, but not exactly what I'm looking for. But there's some, yeah, really big chunks of quartz in there too. Not too gemmy or anything. You want to look for clear chunks of quartz. Not just any regular quartz, but clear chunks will mean that if there is an opening, there will likely be crystals, but it's a good sign, but I don't know. I still don't think it's the right conditions yet, but yeah, I guess I think I might head back to the road and keep on walking and see what else I could see around here. Just since I haven't really checked out the whole road yet, might as well. And then if this spot seems to be the most promising, I'll definitely come back here in the future and check it out. Oh, that's deep down there. Whoa. Let's walk around it. Yeah, that's a really nice granite to look at. What's going on here? Nice big chunk of quartz. I don't think it's quite smoky, but it's like a bit of a darker color. Might be just because the feldspar hiding behind it, but it's definitely darker, so yeah, kind of interesting there. I can definitely hear another creek coming up here. The road's getting pretty full of water, but yeah, there's a creek down the road here somewhere. Wonder what's in it. Maybe there's some nice pegmatite material, or who knows really. There's lots of hematite in this body of granite, so there is good potential for that. And there's, you can see the creek down there. It's flowing underneath the road here. So yeah, just grabbed a piece of devil's club. That was nice. But yeah, lots of sand on this side, so there's definitely been slides going on. Let's see if I could get down there without breaking anything. Lots of black sand in this stuff. So maybe it would be a good spot to try gold panning, but there's no gold really recorded in this area, but definitely lots of black sand mixed in. You can see it. But yeah, let's check out a little bit further up here. There's definitely been a lot of stuff moving. There's a bit of granite exposed up there and a couple small little pegmatites just from this tree falling. See if I can get over it. Slippery stuff. Not too much rock in here, but there is still chunks of feldspar and quartz and stuff. Maybe there's some nice moonstone in this area. Generally, when you get clear pieces of feldspar, you'll find moonstone in it. Oftentimes, at least in my area. But yeah, there's a little piece of feldspar down here that's kind of catching my eye. Oh, wrong one. That one? Yeah, it's that one. I don't know. Well, in lots of this pegmatite around here, there's this gray or black feldspar, and I have no clue what causes that, or if it's like maybe a different type of feldspar. I have no clue. It's just really strange. There's only like one chunk in this whole big piece of pegmatite, but yeah, just kind of strange. Might be just a little bit more mineralized than the rest, or some sort of metal causing the coloration. I have no clue. Well, something interesting about this piece of feldspar is it has chunks of hematite in it. You can see the black part, that's all hematite. Then I'll get this wet for a second. And there's little teensy tiny inclusions on this side. I don't know if you can see them, but there's like a green sparkle there. And see if I could show this other one. I'll have to use a better camera at the end of the video and see if I could try and get a better picture, but there's a little bit of schiller in there. So this is a sunstone, and it's definitely not a great quality, but it means that there is sunstone in this area to look for. And yeah, pretty cool. I'll definitely be keeping this one. Maybe I could tumble it or something like that. We'll see. But let's see if we can find anything else around here. Any better pieces of sunstone, or yeah. So I just spotted a new pegmatite. You can see it up along that hill there. Looks like a pretty decent size, so we'll see if there's any sunstone or any cool material in there. It looks pretty big from here, so there is a good chance. Well, I'm up at that pegmatite now, and it's kind of at this sketchy spot where trees have been slipping off the edge of this granite. It's really smooth stuff, so trees really don't grab onto it too well. But you can see there's hematite in here, which is what causes the sunstone. But the crystallization just isn't big enough. You need some nice big chunks of feldspar in there to get some good sunstone. And this stuff is just kind of small and not really that gemmy. So even if there was sunstone, it wouldn't be that great of a quality. But yeah, at least we checked it out. And it kind of goes all the way up the hillside here. Maybe there's some sections of it over there that's got some bigger crystallization, but I can't really get over that way. It's just a little bit too sketchy. And in between here, all these boulders, there's like 6-foot deep holes kind of in between them that I can't see underneath the moss, so it's kind of sketchy. But yeah, as I was coming up here, I saw this little patch of chanterelles, golden chanterelles, and yeah, they're pretty nice too. They're not too waterlogged or nothing, so I might pick a few of them to go along with dinner. There's a couple. Yeah, pretty nice. They're just growing all up underneath this moss. It's crazy. There's even one down in that hole. Just kind of plucking them with my fingers since I don't really have a knife today. But yeah, that's a really nice chanterelle for around here. It's kind of waterlogged, but still All right. I don't really like plucking mushrooms, but since I don't have a knife, I just can't really help it. It doesn't really hurt the mushroom growth at all. It's just like the mycelium is still intact. It's just the fruiting body. So it's not really doing any harm. It's just getting a little bit of extra dirt with it. That one has a super long stem. Whoa. They're just growing all up underneath the ground here. That one's huge. That's a really good sized chanterelle. And they're nice and dry because they're underneath here. I've never seen them growing underground like this. Let's see if I can pick them. Yeah. That one's kind of dirty, but I can still clean it off. There's a couple even in that little cave in there. That's kind of crazy. Just got to put these down in my jacket. Wish I had a bag too, but yeah, my jacket will do. Down here. There's even a chanterelle in that little bedrock crevice. That's crazy. What the heck? But yeah, chanterelles all up in here. See if I can get this one. Holy cow, they're growing all into the back. And they're kind of a pale chanterelle. See if I could turn my flashlight on so you can see. See if I could pick some of these out of here. All right. I don't know. I don't know if I could reach those ones in the back. One. Holy cow, this is tight. Just gotta get my flashlight. Yeah. Here's one. There's two. Whew. I think I'll leave that one in here to keep on spreading spores. But yeah, that's just crazy. I've never seen chanterelles in a little cave like this. Well, we got quite a decent amount of chanterelles. Golden chanterelles just aren't too common around here, so yeah, that was a pretty nice find. And it's really weird how they're in that cave there. Just really weird. But I guess that's where the spores kind of got stuck or something. Who really knows? But oh yeah, and they really like disturbed ground, so maybe that's why they like this spot. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head back down to the creek and see if I could find any more sunstone. Kind of intrigues me about this spot. I'm really hoping to find a spot with really good sunstone that I could actually cut into a gem quality cabochon, but that's just not something I've seen around here ever. So yeah, but there has to be some around here. There's just so much feldspar that it just wouldn't make sense not to find any good gem quality sunstone. So yeah, let's get back down to the creek and see what we can find. Well, I think I just spotted a piece of sunstone down here. It's got, looks pretty clear. Well, this one, I don't know, it seems to have a little bit of adulorescence, which is normally what you see in moonstone. Kinda cool though. Not really seeing any schiller in there. Usually they form in the same kind of feldspar. Might be a little bit of schiller in there, but mostly just adulorescence. Still pretty cool though. Yeah, that one looks like it's kind of gemmy, like it's got some clear sections in it. And there's a bit of schiller. I don't know if you can see that. Little bit of schiller. Not very much. And there's adulorescence on this plane. Something I really need is a trim saw so that I could take sections out of this without really destroying it like my tile saw would. It really likes to take chips out of stuff, and yeah, this stuff just isn't solid enough to slice with a tile saw, but if I had a trim saw, I'd probably be able to get some good cabs out of this one. But yeah, there definitely is schiller in there and some adulorescence, so it's definitely a keeper. There's a little bit of schiller in this one too. It's really hard to show on camera, but maybe, oh, you can see a little bit there. But yeah, I think at the end of the video I'll have some better clips of what they look like out in the sunlight. But yeah, that's a nice little piece of sunstone. This one looks like it has some more of that grayish kind of feldspar. Still not exactly sure what's going on there, but it's kind of cool. In that gray feldspar, I can't really tell, like, if it has the adulorescence or schiller. But yeah, I'll definitely keep this piece and see if I could cut that gray piece out and give it a polish on my flat lap. Maybe then it'll reveal what I need to know. There's definitely lots of this moonstone type material around here, mostly in little chips like this. So yeah, if you can find a pegmatite that has large enough crystals, there might be some really good moonstone around there, but it's just that the pegmatites around here don't seem to have that large of crystallization. So yeah, I guess I'll collect what I can from around here and take a good sample and maybe do some more exploring around the area sometime in the future. But yeah, I might be able to do something with that little one. This is going to be the last one for today. There's some decent schiller. in the bottom half of that sunstone. And yeah, it's like a darker gray color, so that'll be pretty neat. And yeah, I just gotta start heading home. I got some errands that I gotta run, so yeah, hopefully I'll get back in time for that. So if you like this video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. It would really help me out. And yeah, get my channel a little further out there, and you'll get notified when I make some new videos. Hopefully I'll be back here again soon in the future to find some more sunstone. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.